I can't believe my top 2. Oh my God, I miss X. My favorite crime podcast, if you're interested. Oh, this is so typical me. New year, same old me. I'm dead. What was that? I'll take shitty things, dumb, brain dead morons say for 500, please. You know what I'm talking about or no?
No,
I didn't think you did. That doesn't surprise me. And honestly, even mentioned at this point, I'll call a spade here. This was bugging me like weeks ago, so I'm gonna have to try to pretend. I'm gonna have to feign this, up battle of anger and animosity towards such a, remedial thing. Essentially, 2 weeks ago, I think is around the time in actuality where everyone, for whatever reason, I guess, an update must have happened where everyone rebooted and just decided that was the new thing to do.
Okay.
Every person I know in my entire life ever decided it was very, 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 very important to make sure that they posted their Spotify yearly whatever listens, because people were losers and use Spotify. Never even imagine. And every person couldn't just post. They had everyone's gonna have their own opinion, their own voice, have a commentary. So, of course, instead of just posting the photo of your shitty, generic, stupid-ass fucking music, what do?
Post a comment.
They make awesome comments like, oh my God, I miss X. I can't believe my top 2. My favorite crime podcast, if you're interested.
Wait, so those are people, this
is so typical me.
Personal posts. That's their personal
New year,
captions?
same
or those
old
like
me.
Their pre-generated
I'm
captions?
dead. Yeah, all those things. That's what I had to see for a solid 48-hour stretch every person I've ever known in my entire life. And the only thing anyone listens to is NF Drake.
That's in your top 5?
And every single person in the world is listening to NF Drake. I met Aubrey last night. Aubrey?
Oh, really?
I met Aubrey Drake, You know Drake?
Comment?
Oh, you know Drake, yeah? Oh, you know Drake? Yeah, I met Aubrey last night, man. Me and Aubrey, we went out together. It was great, man. I met Drake. And then, of course, it's, T Swift, Billie Eilish, Trippie Redd, Post Malone. Everything that is just completely godforsaken and an absolute abomination to mankind. They got that shit locked in, ready to go. It's queued up.
It's good to know. It's really comforting.
And honestly, you think someone would catch on to the fact... I guess people have comment. I feel like it's one of those things where it feels too... sometimes you want to mention something, but it's like people have already treaded that water. It'd be silly to mention it.
Yes. That's everything I say.
Yeah, well, I feel like people have realized the fact that there's just no way that you're actually in the top. Everyone posts their Spotify thing and it says congratulations, as if this is an accomplishment. They say congratulations, random listener. You're actually in the top 0.001% of all listeners for this artist on Spotify.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it's crazy because every person I know posts it, and it begs the question: are you guys? Is just everyone I know is really committed to NF, or is it the fact that it's a fucking scam?
It might be a little bit of a scam.
All I'm saying is, if I could have a firing squad for all the music I didn't like, we live in a much, much better world we did just 30 seconds ago, okay? And now, I'll be honest, I like some of the Gaga songs. What the fuck does she know about cameras?
What's your top 5?
Don't even ever ask me that question ever again.
Okay, so
I know. Now here's the worst part. I know that wasn't a bit. That was you actually asking, thinking you're making conversation. And not only does that make me sick to my fucking inner core, it makes me question a lot more than just with me. It makes me question a lot more with you.
Wait. Which one makes it less worse?
No. No. I know. No. I know that it wasn't. I know you love to pretend that was a bit, but I know it isn't.
Oh, I was just carrying the bit, bro.
No, you weren't.
I'll tell you my top 5.
And also, just to really put it in perspective, to imagine what kind of Poindexter putz you actually must be if you only listen to music that came out this year.
That's what I do most years.
The lack of originality of these mindless, cock-sucking scoundrels.
Nice use of the word scoundrel.
For fuck's sake, you only listen to the top Hot 40? I can't even imagine. You shouldn't even know the name of any new songs till, I think, at least 3 years until after they come out.
That's a really good note.
That's a good rule of thumb, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a great rule of thumb.
That's how
I
you
can't
stay
even imagine
classy.
listening to a brand new song. All right, I have a little bit of respect for myself, and just again, does Spotify not have any shame? They're giving us this new music, telling us to listen to this. How about they don't make every single person in all of America somehow be the top 5% listeners of Who else is another shitty artist?
We really don't need everybody to listen to NF though. I mean, that's we gotta just clear a record.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. I'm not sure how that caught on in the first place.
We need to stop this game now.
I don't know, man. There's this weird bridge where there somewhere along the line, some signals got crossed, and girls were like, I like rap music, and then every guy was like, oh my god, wait, you like rap music? And then every girl was like, yeah, I love NF, and then we've had this cataclysmic reaction ever since, where it's just this big split off, and we've been in a culture war.
That's what started a lot of what's going on right now.
I know, man. It's because they're trying to be like just one of the guys, and then guys start wrestling around with each other,
over there.
And this shit happens.
So seriously, what's your top 5?
I don't know. I don't have a top 5. What's more worse than the top 5 is when the real silly sluts, like the silliest of the silliest sluts, when they post more than just their top 5, they posted 2 photos. They posted the top 5 of their photos, and they posted their most listened to genres because they're trying to get, I guess, a full-bodied character about who this person is. So let me really show my expansive tastes. And somehow every single person, keeping the mystery alive. It's just pop, rap, R&B, urban Latino music.
Wow, that wasn't so unique and
Jorge? I don't know. And then there's always like alternative R&B, which I guess is an alternative to R&B.
Oh, is that what that means?
I think it might be. I haven't actually checked it in. I haven't gone on Spotify and listened to it, but I'm going to go on a limb here and think alternative R&B might be very similar to that R&B they liked on number 3 genre, but it's slightly alternative.
It's just a little different.
Just change the switch ever so slightly where it's like, oh, I love R&B, but I've been feeling myself more interested in alternative R&B lately. But you know what alternative R&B's got nothing on? Urbano Latino music.
I'm always saying that.
That's what I'm always saying as well. But no, I don't know. All music from... I don't know, the 2020s.
I didn't know you could listen to music on Spotify.
I know. I had no idea.
For a fucking shitty podcast.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was leaning towards as well. And that definitely isn't like one thing I plan on mentioning that you just ripped the rug out from under me at all. It's not at all. That wasn't gonna. This wasn't an entire disguise just to end a 20-minute conversation by saying that it was just all the payoff was just listen to us on Spotify or anything like that. It's not that at all. Thankfully.
That's good to know.
It's really good that it's not that.
That would have been a problem.
Because if that were the case, of course, if I were someone who wasn't, all knowing and all prepared at all times of everything else, that could have, if that were the thing I was even planning to do originally, which of course it wasn't, I could have crumbled in that scenario.
I mean,
but thank God I did it, and thank God you're not a fucking complete, absolute, ungodly failure.
Yeah, thank God on all those accounts. Thank you.
But yeah, I don't know. All music from the 2020s and the 2010s really shouldn't be allowed to be listened to until 2025. That's what I'm trying to get at.
And it has to age like a fine wine. It's not good when it comes out. You need to get.
That's what I'm thinking, and I think we need to actually take a step back and reevaluate this entire decades thing. Because you think about every single decade, and like that first 5 years, it feels like the more recent series of events than the future series of events. Because I think 2005 feels a hell of a lot more like 1995 than 2010.
That's so true.
And I think 92 probably feels a lot more like 88 than it did like 98.
I feel like you're probably onto something there.
Something when we reshape this whole entire narrative structure, maybe do it where it's like we keep the 10 years. 10 years makes sense. I'm not complaining about the math here.
But it's just starting the 5.
It's starting the 5th year, exactly. Yeah. So 2025 is actually the new decade from here on out, and then it's always every single 2035, 2045, 2055. Yeah. It sounds more fun, less zeros involved.
Which is a lot more interesting. Think about it, yeah.
It's a lot more interesting. Now we're putting a lot more pressure on the 5, but I think, you know what? I think zeros had its run.
Yeah, at least for 2,000 years.
But I don't know. Have some music from the 60s, some from the 70s, some from the 80s, some from the naughty 90s.
Don't you mean the 65s,
a little goddamn variety.
And the 85s?
Yeah, thank God 95s? I didn't. Yeah. Good thing I didn't have anything I wanted to say there either, that you just made sure to be like, hey.
Yeah, good thing. I almost cut you off.
Thank God. And again, thank God if I were a little less seasoned at this, I might just fucking viciously lash out and just fucking attack you right now. But because of that, I'm much more calm, cool, and collective.
It's good. We have such good chemistry, right?
When I know you're done speaking, it's so good that when you fuck up, I don't want to just bash your fucking skull in. It's really good because that'd be a horrible back and forth.
I agree.
What kind of relationship would be where every time you open your fucking mouth, all I can think about was just ripping your jaw off?
It sounds like a pretty terrible relationship.
It sounds like it'd be hostile. I think. I think you know what? I think it'd make me a little uncomfortable too.
It makes me
maybe a little on edge, maybe a little antsy. I don't know. You really. It seems like you want to do a lot of talking here. So what do you want to say?
I'm good.
Nothing?
I said the thing before. That's why I didn't cut you off before, so I could say what I wanted to say before. I let you continue on now. That's why I said it before. You know what I mean? Because if I had something to say now, I would have said it now, but I said it before.
I don't know. All I'm trying to really say is that I think it's weird that they're even listening to music, like I said, that's come out within the last 15 years. Realistically, they should only listen to music from the 2000s, like the peer, like, you know. There's some sort of there should be some sort of a shift in your chemical composition, like after you turn 18, where it's like you can't like new music anymore. That's what I'm getting at. You should be locked into what you came into, and it just feels something wrong when someone's 24 years old listening to the same thing that middle schoolers are listening to. I don't know. It feels a little goofy. Feels a little silly. Something should take place when you realize the opposite be true. Everything new, shit. Everything old's pretty cool. This podcast, right? Why is it kind of cool? It's 2 years old. Imagine it was new. Imagine this was a new thing. You know what it'd be? It'd be disgusting. Disgraceful. Disheartening. Disrespectful. All the disses right there. It'd be all of them. Be no fun. You can talk now.
Okay, good. Because I agree. And I think when we were new, we kind of sucked. But now we're 2 years in.
You know why? Because when we were new, you're doing that thing where you talked a lot.
Maybe that's why I learned how to finally stop talking a little bit.
It'd be a lot more. It's much more fun when you're just there to laugh at what I say.
I don't know, dude. I get a few good ones in there sometimes. I don't
know, dude. I think anything that starts off by someone saying, I don't know, dude, isn't really a good jumping off point.
I don't know, dude. You started talking.
You just did it back to back.
Not really, dude. I don't know, dude. This whole conversation, I feel like you were kind of trailing off there for a little bit. And if I didn't start talking when I did, I might not have saved it might have been a really boring story if I didn't interject when I did.
Well, that's funny. I pictured you more as a dog person. Something small, cute, warm, like a Lapa Opso. A cat. Interesting.
Does that mean you don't agree?
Is this your first time? Yes.
Isn't
it yours? Is this your first time? No. You're crazy. Hey, Steve, get a load of this.
Did you just? Because I just.
I mean, that does happen all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
But I don't know. I don't know. Do we go back to some sort of resemblance of a conversation, or is not this just become who can say more quotes from a night at Roxbury?
I mean, so the audience loves when we do that whole quoting thing.
No. You're being dumb. That was a joke. That was a setup. All right.
I'm sorry.
See, you've been bamboozled. That was a ruse. You've been pranked. You've been punked. That was all a joke. Okay. Now you look like an absolute idiot. Bye. Okay. Now. I didn't actually want to know if we should just talk in Night at the Roxbury quotes. That was me putting out the feelers to see if you're a moron. Turns out, just talked to an expert, says he's an absolute, don't want to name names, keep some anonymity here, but I can tell you this, as far as the people in the field go, pretty recognizable guy.
Okay.
Very well respected. Got back to me, says without a doubt, yeah, your brother, total moron.
How come he gets to have his anonymity, but we all know I'm the moron of the group?
Is he holding a microphone right now?
Well, I don't know.
This is the thing that all celebrities do, where they think they can just, be in the public eye when it's convenient. No. You're subjecting yourself to this right now. See, if you weren't sitting in front right now, there's a good chance I wouldn't be berating you nearly as badly. A little beration, sure. No, but really what, I'll try to do the thing again. So should we just, talk about Night at the Roxbury quotes?
No, not at all.
Or have an actual, we shouldn't do that.
No,
hey, interesting.
No one
that's
likes
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that.
No, what we should talk about, which is, now, let me start off by saying I'm saying this with a slight sense of trepidation. Because
I don't know what that means.
What?
I'm just kidding. Relax. Maybe I'm not
because
kidding.
somehow, whenever I talk about anybody on the cast, even people who I didn't even know knew that I had one, they managed to hear about it, right?
That's interesting.
It is. So now I'm a little spazzed, and I'm not sure, I feel a little wary to mention anyone. But anything.
What a terrible fucking.
What a pressure it is to be me. I know it's not fair that I have to have my own, societal limitations thrust upon me, because now I have to start doing this thing of, words like empathy and compassion and can be considerate of feelings when people feel and think, and it's just, it doesn't, you know what it feels like? Me being disingenuous.
Yeah.
I said it before, you take one step in the wrong, one step in a direction that isn't you, the next foot's going the next way as well. And sooner or later, not even you anymore.
Yeah, maybe we should go back to college and put gel in our hair so we're in blue jeans. Why don't we do that, Alex?
So I see you've decided to go back and change your stance, since now you've decided it's much more important only talking references again.
No, I'm going to do the reference thing this time.
Oh, okay. No, so basically what I wanted to get into is this girl who... I don't know, man. It's let me start off the story with a question, like all great stories have, right? Because what does the story got to do? Answer a question.
Answer the question.
Close. Very good work. You see, you're right there on the edge of it. You're just a knuckle away. So, cats are cool, sure, right? Some people can have cats, right?
Okay. Yes.
1 cat. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
2 cats. I mean, yeah, every cat needs a friend.
True.
3 cats. Okay. 4 cats. Come on. 5 cats. Come on. 6 cats. We're done. Agreed?
I think even 3 is where you should start being wary.
When someone has 6 cats, you cut them off in every single sense of any social anything. They're now a pariah. Okay? They're completely obsolete. Ixnay on the person A. Now, this person, okay, dealing, I guess, the works of black magic with this sort of, loophole they found. They're doing this thing where they're like, well, I have like 5 cats that are indoor cats, but I have like 5 cats that are outdoor cats.
So you only have 5 cats.
Now I understand where you're being tricked by the math as well. It's a very Abbott and Costello like sketch. I understand the confusion. I've fallen for it myself. Now you think about it, it's the whole thing. You take the dollar, you give the dollar back, right? It's how many times can 7 go? Right? I've seen it. I've seen it all. This person has 5 and 5, right? And basically, they have 1 cat that they've had for like forever, and then they have 1 that is, I think, something they just like found. I'm not sure what distinguishes cats that are just like show up to becoming. I don't get it. So apparently, sometimes they come in, they stay as outdoor cats. Sometimes they come and they become indoor cats. It's a real crock of shit. If you're asking me, I think it's a conspiracy. It needs to be dug up. People need to be investigated, and I think they need to be buried. Okay. I get into all of this because I need to just really explain that this person has a few fucking animals and how it makes it much funnier when the story comes at full circle here, right? So like I said, she has 37 cats, okay?
Yeah.
And they say to me, oh, you want to hear a funny story, right? So I'm thinking like, all right, what funny story did your 42 cats get into?
Yeah. Like, did one eat the other one's food by mistake?
It's because at some point, that's a harsh reality of that as well.
That's
at
cat
some
hijinks.
point, when you get to that many animals, that's happening.
For sure.
And also, I can't. It
Plus,
just.
we gave one the wrong medication. Is these what the funny story's going?
What?
Is this where the funny story's going? Wrong food, wrong medication?
Oh, no, not at all. That would make sense. That would be, I can understand why you got confused. I prefaced it the way they did by saying funny story. And
oh, it's a hilarious story. It's not going to be a cute one.
no, again,
story.
see, you're taking the term funny in the sense of like bringing comedic value, making you laugh, being funny.
Yes, some may say the word funny means funny.
Some might. I'd be one of those people. I'll admit it. There's a lot of things I will admit. I'm more of a deny kind of guy. But I will admit, when someone says funny, I think funny.
That's just funny.
Here's the story, right? I was on my way to the animal shelter to get some updates on that dog I brought in.
I was just talking about your cat.
See many animals are. See how confusing it is already? It's impossible to follow.
Too many animals. There's too many.
This person
chefs in the
found the
kitchen.
dog. Decided, all right, I have 46 cats. I might as well add a dog in the mix, right? Let's make this pie chart a little more interesting.
And who found who? Did she find the dog? Or did the dog find her?
You know what? We should get that girl from Tosh on.
Yeah,
I'm sure she could be. Honestly, maybe I'm coming at this from the wrong angle, sounding a little bit like a hard ass, maybe even a little bit like a jerk. I don't know. Get that girl on. What was her name? Beast of shit out of me. You really think I give a shit? No. We'll get that crazy woman on. She's from Philadelphia. We probably know some people. We probably get in touch real easily.
That's very true.
Get her on the podcast. She can get into this whole entire cat dog fiasco. Get to the nitty gritty of it. We'll have a call. She'll call in. We're not gonna fly her like Tosh.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, she's not really worth a fucking cargo ride, let alone an actual seat on the plane. So they say brought the dog in, who I wanted to take home. And then things, don't bring it in the first place. Just take it home. You already had the dog in the first place. Why'd you bring it there? Right?
That's true.
It's the first problem.
You made a middleman for no reason.
And then it gets to the caps, where they told me they put her to sleep because they didn't have room, even though their website says no kill. So I left fuming, and there was this cat sitting perfectly in the parking lot, so now I have a baby kitten. Now it's been. I'll be honest. As far as my storytelling ability, that wasn't my brightest, perhaps, right? Because it was a bit of a long way extension from when I prefaced it with the words, "This is a funny story."
Now, maybe,
you may have forgotten this story in which a dog gets put down.
I think the problem is you didn't deliver like you usually do.
Oh, how's that?
Well, you just said it very cut and dry, like you said. Maybe if you did your usual up and down.
All right, I'll try it again.
Maybe
So, I was on my way to the animal shelter. No, I don't sound like that at all. See, you're an idiot for laughing at that. Okay, that was a horrible. You should have actually put my place at Alex. No, you're way. That's nothing like you at all.
Yeah, you don't sound like that at all, dude.
Now, see, you're just following me.
Shit, sorry, I can't
See,
win. Dude.
you can't win. Okay, because the way I've rigged the game is that you'll never win. I was on my way to the animal shelter to get her some updates on the dog I brought in, who I wanted to take home, where they then told me they put her to sleep because they didn't have room. And the website says no kill.
So either she means funny or...
So I left absolutely fuming, and then there was just this cute, perfect little baby kitten who was just sitting in the middle of the road that I just then took as well after they viciously murdered the dog I brought in.
Yeah, dude, way funny when you tell it this way.
Now it's a funny story. Now it makes sense why I was led under this. And you know what? They said, do you want to hear a funny story? And I was like, you know what? I would love to hear a funny story. Why did you brighten up my day?
Maybe she.
And you know what they responded with? Check this out. This dog came to me in a time of need. I brought it to a building where they fucking killed it.
That's pretty fucking funny, dude.
Wow. What a great uplifting story.
Maybe she meant funny in one of two ways. How
the fuck am I funny? What the fuck about me is so fucking funny?
It's like kind of ironic that the dog died, but she found a kitten.
No, you know what would have been ironic maybe? If she found a dog.
That would have been pretty ironic, actually.
You know, dogs hate cats. Okay, that's a big fuck you to the dog.
That's funny about it.
You're right. No,
that's the
you know what?
funny
Yeah,
part.
right. Fuck that dog. She was right. That is a funny story. I didn't look at it that way. Wow. Dude, back-to-back episodes, I come in real hot on one take, switch back the other way. It's almost as if, again, the game is set up where I can never look wrong or stupid.
Oh, I thought it was a moment where you felt humbled for once. I didn't realize it was...
That would mean I'm having real emotions, Robbie.
Yeah, it's true.
That would mean that there's something going on between the ears.
Or did she mean it's funny like one door closes, one door opens? So now she's got another pet for her other
Right, because now
pets.
she has 53 cats.
Exactly.
She only had 52 earlier.
Uh-huh.
And now, so basically, it's addition by subtraction. It's associative property. Dog dies, now she has 61 cats.
So it's math humor.
That's funny. You know what? Math humor is funny.
Math humor always gets me.
It's honestly, it's something about that simple arithmetic. It just applies to jokes,
You know
I guess.
why it's funny? Because the numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie, man. That is funny.
It's just a good...
It's a universal truth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's pretty funny. You know, maybe we should reevaluate the...
The story's actually fucking hilarious.
Honestly, it is. But no, maybe we should really reevaluate your professional comedy stand-up career.
Oh, mine.
Yours.
Oh, okay,
Because now we've discovered, this math humor is such a funny thing. Like, numbers are funny. You could be aces.
That's true. I had that 5 joke before.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
She has 5 indoor cats, 5 outdoor cats, so she only has 5 indoor cats. That's fucking math 101. I learned that back in...
You know what's funny?
What's that?
That Ronald Danglefeld guy. The guy's always talking about. He's always like, I got no common courtesies. That guy.